International Year for Millets. India has turned out to be one of the major countries that is successful in production of millets. So production of millet is a very important aspect in India. If we look onto the historical background, the Kalidas Abhigyanam Shakuntalam talks about the Sheikh Kanau, where foxtail millets were considered for bidding farewell to Shakuntala. Similarly, millets have been mentioned in Yajurved. Shushustru in his Samhita talks about three varg, the Dhyana varg, Kundha varg, Kunda Dhyan varg and the Sami Dhyan varg. The Kunda Dhyan varg actually focuses on the uses of millet. Similarly, in Kannad, Purandara Das talks about Ragi Thandira, which is the importance of Ragi. During his time, there was poet Kanak Das who personified Ragi as weaker section of the society. In the creation Ramadhyan Charitra, Kautilya's Earth Shastra talks about various millets and the properties when they are soaked and boiled. Aine Akbari by Abul Fazal records millets, and Jahangir talked about Laziza, which is a bajra khichdi made with peas, again has a root in Gujarat. Now, International Year for Millet 2023 aims to be observed by United Nations, and this contributes to some of the major sustainable development goals. One is the goal 2, zero hunger, goal 3, good health, goal 12, responsible consumption and production, goal 8, good economic growth, goal 13, climate change, and goal 15, life on land. Now, if we go through these goals, one of the very important things about millet is it is climate resilient crop. It can grow even in arid climate, requires minimum inputs, fertilizer, it's more resistant to various diseases, requires no pesticides and fertilizers for it. Even in arid areas, it can be harvested in the dry seasons and therefore can be a source of income. If value addition could be done, exports could be done, it can be proved very successful in the areas where nutrients actually deplete. For good health, if we talk about, it has low glycemic index. That means it dissolves or gets absorbed in the body slowly and therefore does not let your blood sugar spike. So it does has minerals, dietary fibers, antioxidants, protein, rich in folate. It is gluten free and is an excellent source of iron, magnesium, manganese, zinc in certain cases. So even in iron deficit diets, this could be a sustainable option. Now it gives a good idea to domesticate millets because for centuries it has been domesticated in the regions of sub-Sahara Africa and Asia and has provided an additional source of income to the rural households. The dehusking of the millets could be done and therefore it remains intact and ready for use in the market area. For market expansion, food and nutrition security, this is an excellent way. However, as of now, it accounts for less than 3% of the total trade worldwide. We can increase the trade ratio and the volume of the price for it. The ancient grains, if we talk about foxtail millet, little millet, they have been dehulled for consumption. However, due to logistics issue, the transportation of them has been hampered. Where there is malnutrition, millets could prove out to be a good staple crop, and in most of the households before Green Revolution, millets were the basis of food, a staple food. Even if it rains day in and day out or it does not, millets like barnyard millet, sathi, which is a variety of rice, can grow in 60 days. These millets have also been mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad, which is a religious text where Krishna Sudama meet, and Sudama is surprised to have the home replacement of millets. Finger millet has been consumed with fish. Proso millet with curd, kodo millet rice is again with milk. Now, some of the millets, for example, bajra and makai, are consumed in winters with jaggery and ghee, jowar in summer with chutney, ragi year round but especially in rainy season. So there are various ways through which they are used in the form of dosa, porridge, rajgir are some examples which are less known millets. So rajgir, samo, kuttu, mandua are other millets which are not that commonly used. We have various properties, for example phthalates, tannins, trypsins, the effect of which it is reducing. Niacin is in high amount. Folic acid for iron assimilation and fertility is again in high amount. It is an excellent food for diabetes and polycystic ovary disorder. So magnesium, zinc and fiber are some of the things which are found in it. In northeast, millet cultivation has also started. Usually it is a tropical subtropical cultivation. The minimum temperature is 8 to 10 degrees. However, it is adaptable to various climate and the various soil conditions. Sandy soil, loamy soil, alluvial soils are all good fit for it. There is a various range of temperature of millet from 26 to 30 degree. For a good crop yield. It also has can have a rain between 500 to 900 millimeters. There is a huge amount of calcium, iron, protein and fiber. It is one of the most nutrient dense because it is good for bone health, reduces cholesterol, regulates anemia and keeps weight under control. Due to increasing droughts and climate change, this could be a viable solution. Also, organic farm or organic manure could be used for it. Intercropping crop rotations are good example. In hilly areas, tribal areas where slash and burn cultivation is done, foxtail, finger millet, small millet, kodo millet, pearl millet, sorghum are some of the crops which are grown. Along with it, we do have gram, horse gram, red gram, castor which are grown for these areas. In the northeast, zan is a porridge which is prepared by the Monpa tribe in Arunachal Pradesh. It is used by millet flour and is used in the breakfast. Similarly, apong and madhua apong are two important beverages in Arunachal Pradesh again, and this is by the mirung, which is a millet used for making this red wine. Adi and Nishi tribes brew this millet. So brewed wine is again has a cultural and ritualistic significance there. Using manure is again important. So crop manure, compost, cover crops, crop rotation are some of the ways to improve the fertility of the millets. Millets have been good for health. 2018 had been declared National Year for Millet. 5 states which produce millet abundantly are Rajasthan, Karnataka, Maharashtra, UP and Haryana. They are also called as nutri cereals because they have high level of nutrition. They are also called as mota anaj in Hindi because they are small seeded grass which grow even in dry areas and is one of the ancient foods dating back to Indus Valley civilization. Now the categories. The major millets are jowar, bajra, ragi, which is pearl millet, finger millet, sorghum. Minor ones are foxtail, proso, kodo, barnyard and little millet. Then we do have two important pseudo millets, which is the buckwheat and the amaranth. Both of them is important. All of these millets are climate friendly, viable for small farmers, good in nutrition, have food security, good for health benefit. There are various benefits. For example, they have dietary fiber, so act as prebiotic. They are free from gluten, so good source of amino acid and protein, good source of unsaturated fatty acids. They are good source of calcium, iron, zinc, B complex and vitamin E. Phenolic acid is again present, which is an antioxidant, antiviral and anti-inflammatory. Flavonoids reduces the chance for cancer, diabetes and cardiovascular disorders. Tannins are good for GI disorders and anti-obesity. So these are some of the major benefits. Again, for pregnant and lactating women, millets are considered best. Ragi is one of the ones which is considered best. C4 carbon sequestration crops, as it is considered as because it is water efficient, and it is also recommended as a supplementary food with rich content of iron. It improves the body mass index and has rich nutritional value. For example, kodo millet is easy to digest, has rich phytochemical constituents. This is used in pulao, khichdi, upma, paratha and chapatis. There is malted ragi flour, which is amylase rich food, and this is puffed grain which is used as a breakfast for lactating mothers. There are various pre-processing techniques used for it. Two important ones are germination and probiotic fermentation. Germination is the way through which we actually germinate it, and this brings in better protein value and nutritional value. Fermentation increases the nutritional value and also increases the digestibility of it. There are also cultural reasons through which it is fermented. So millet based probiotic yogurt has been developed, which is Lactobacillus rhamnosus and Streptococcus thermophili are the two cultures which are used. Pearl millet is again a food blend with whey protein and tomato pulp. There are various important things. One of the important thing is, for any raw millet, the shelf life is 1 to 2 months. However, for pearl millet, it is 5 to 7 days. After that, the rancidity or the acidity increases because it has free sugars and fat. So, in general, it is said that any flour that you have should not be preserved for more than 1 or 2 months. It should be consumed during that period. The next is the startups. Now, there are various startups which are popularizing the use and the concept of millets across India. Central government is providing a millet startup innovation challenge to bring in business solutions to the existing problems. ICAR Hyderabad has the Indian Institute of Millet Research that talks about introducing the brands into market under the International Year for Millet. Similarly, DST has been talking about promoting millets. There are various startups. Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, Raftar program has been working for it. Bangalore startups have come up with ready to cook products from millets. There is Jaipur based startup talking about porridge and khichdi from millets. Similarly, we focus on the MSP, the minimum support price. So MSP is fixed for two cereals, pulses, oil seeds, three major coarse grains which are jowar, bajra and ragi. Now, the per quintal rates for MSP had been decided for various crops which have been given here. So, for jowar hybrid, it was 2430. It increased in next 4 years to 2970. The bajra price has again changed from 1950 to 2350. Similarly, is the support price change for ragi as well. So, World Food Program has talked about nearly 1.2 million people who consume millets as part of their diet, mainly in Africa, Niger and China, and then there are other countries which produce it: Burkina Faso, Mali, Senegal. India also has been producing millets on a large extent in the recent areas, and this is part of the National Food Security Mission. G20 and India as a climate leader. So the emerging 19 economies along with European Union has talked about a G20 meet where we have been focusing on 75% of the global exports and 75% of the world trade through multilateral and plurilateral cooperation. One Earth, One Family, One Future is the idea under G20 summit, bringing in financial stability and sustainable growth and addressing the issue of climate change. Millets and growth of millets could be a good way forward for it. So, tracking out the performance of Green Finance Study Group is important. Now, India has, under the Indian International Institute for Sustainable Development, talked about fossil fuel consumption which declined by 3%. There have been various leadership programs under International Solar Alliance, Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure and Life movements which are part of it. So for the Panchamitra, which is reaching the non-fossil energy capacity of 500 gigawatts by 2030, 50% energy requirement by renewable sources, reduce 1 billion carbon emissions, reduce carbon intensity by 45%. India aims to achieve net zero by 2030. And for this, there have been various roadmaps ahead. The idea is to promote resource efficiency, full product cycle, align various policies of the sectors and recovery packages, strengthen the policy development and betterment of international cooperation. So those are some of the key things that have been discussed in this Yojana. We are covering Yojana and Kurukshetra on a monthly basis. The handouts for the same would be available at Exam Race in the current affairs section, so you can readily check those out. And the detailed lectures for general studies and practice material is available on Doorstep Tutors, which has the link below. Wish you very good luck for your forthcoming examination.